Hi there, this is Dr. Lawrence King, one of the chiropractors from Corrective Chiropractic in Aylesbury and Milton Keynes. As we're all spending a little bit more time at home these days, we're going to do a series of videos to help talk you through some of the conditions we see and some general advice that can help you going forwards. So today we're going to look at the difference between posture and structure. So to begin with, if we look at a spine from the side, what we should see is we should see a nice curve in the low back that goes forwards and comes back on itself, known as a lordosis. That's the lumbar or low back. When we go through the mid back, the curve goes away and then comes back forwards on itself. And when we come up to the neck, what we should see is a similar curvature to what we see in the low back, but of different proportions. Now when we look at the difference between bad posture and bad structure, it'd probably be easiest to start off with explaining posture. An example of this is having a look down at your phone. So when you look down at your phone, anybody could ask me to look back up, and I could bring that back up into a neutral position and I could hold it there for a long period of time. Let's say, for example, I was to look down at my phone day after day, week after week for a number of hours each day. Then eventually the position and the structure of the spine would start to change, and that's equally applicable if we're working on a laptop or reading a book. Now, one of the most common ones we see over a period of time is that the mid-back starts to become too rounded. To compensate, what will happen higher up is the neck will start to overcurve to bring the head back towards a neutral position and keep the eyes looking forwards. Now, if that develops over a period of time, and most likely it has, what will eventually happen is some of the joints in the spine will start to become restricted. We can see a mobile joint where there's good flexibility in the spine, or we can see restricted mobility when there's a lack of movement in the spine. And on that latter one, if we find ourselves in a compromised position and we try and straighten up, but it feels forced, it feels uncomfortable, or after a period of time you just lapse back into that bad position, that's what we would consider a bad structure versus just a bad posture, which is more temporary. So if you have any questions relating to this video, feel free to comment below or send us a private message, and we'll do our best to